everybody, this is me, Matthew and Sharon at Boys at Play, and today we are going to build this new wagon.
Yeah, today we...
Compared to this wagon.
Today we're going to put together this Radio Flyer convertible stroller wagon that I didn't know existed because I had bought this wagon, the Radio Flyer pull wagon, and I was complaining about it, calling customer service, and I'm like, I wish it had brakes, because whenever I'm in an incline, my kid's rolling down the hill. I said, I wish it had, I wish I could pull it, because whenever I'm walking to pick up my kid, Matthew, from school, and I decide to, take my fat butt for a walk, and I decide to go walking, I have to, pull this wagon to up and down hills, which I don't mind, but sometimes these back wheels hit my heel. Ouch. And that doesn't feel good. I'm like, dude, I wish I could push this thing. So the lady on Radio Flyer on the phone said, you know what, in December, or actually I think she said November, they're coming out with a new push-pull convertible stroller wagon, and I said, I want it. And so my husband bought it, and we're gonna. How much? Online, it said that it was $125. That's what it said. But with shipping and handling and something else, it basically came out closer to
90.
No, I think like 200 and some, and then with tax, I think tax was $20 some. Shipping and handling was another. It almost came close to almost $300, basically.
Yeah, I should order it.
I think. So, I don't know. Tony got it for me, my husband.
Ordered.
So, here we go.
Let's start building.
So, here's the old one.
Bad.
It's fairly decent. It's not heavy. It doesn't... I love the wagon compared to strollers, because this takes up half the room in my trunk compared to the regular stroller. And then two, I love the wagon because I can have Daniel and Matthew in the wagon, as opposed to, I was looking at the double strollers, and those are super heavy, take up all my trunk space, and they're super heavy. So I like the wagon.
Are you guys ready for a new Super Mario Bros. Maker?
Okay, I don't know what that was all about. Okay. I don't know what that was all about, but okay, here we go. So what I did was I took out everything from the box, and I laid it out, fanned it out here on the floor, so that way I know what I'm doing. I thought maybe I was a professional at this, since I'm always putting everything together, but this one I had to read a little bit. I actually had to read the instructions. So here we have the handle that's definitely more sturdy. Looks a little bit more beefy compared to this handle. That's a pretty big difference there. Pretty big difference. Still has the little button here for you to push to extend it. So here we have the handle.
Brakes.
This one is our brakes. This is our little cheapy axle. We have the big wheels.
We have small wheels.
We have the swivel wheels.
We have some hammers.
It says to get a hammer and a Phillips screwdriver. So I don't use the big traditional hammers because I think the head on them are way too big.
Oof.
So I have an old one from my dad's past, but this is one of his old ones, and I have one of these small ones because sometimes with the big traditional hammer heads, you need to get in there and hammer, and if you have a really big hammer head, you're gonna smash everything around it. So I have 3 different types of screwdrivers. Phillips screwdrivers, because you want, or at least one screwdriver because you
Like
want to make
basketball?
sure that this has a nice tight fit on the head of the screw. Because if it's not a nice tight fit, you're gonna thread the head of the screw, and then you're like, oh boy, that's not gonna work anymore. So I laid these out, screws, washers, looks like some spacers here, looks like more little screws, and I got some little small Phillips screwdriver and a regular screwdriver because it looks like there is some small little screws here that I want to double check and make sure they're nice and tight. Not too tight where I thread it, but that it's nice and tight. Okay. So, oh, and this is the canopy. We'll go over that later. This came inside the box. We're going to use that later. So, here we go. Here is the body of the wagon. And I went ahead and I'm going to lie this down and I'm going to get to work on that. And I'm going to have my assistant Matthew hold the camera. And here we have the left and we have right. Or excuse me,
Okay.
my dyslexia kicked in. We have right and we have left.
Isn't white supposed to be there and left
Yeah,
there?
I know, but we're following the labels. Okay, so we have right and left. So hold it here. And then what I did was hold it here. I'm going to get one of these wheels because we don't need it right now. And I'm just going to like prop it up underneath the handle.
Okay.
Like this. So it's elevated and we have a little bit more workspace. So go ahead and grab the,
Ammo?
no. We need to do the brake first. So let's grab the brake. Okay. So here we go. Brake. Thank you.
Hammer?
Nope, we don't need the hammer. So let's see. On here, it says that there's a left and there's a right. So let's take a look. Where is there a left and a right? Sorry. Okay, here's the left and there is the right. So here's the right and the left. Okay, hold it here. Hold it here. Okay. So they want us to, now this is kind of tricky. They want us to put this in here. See this piece? They want us to, it's kind of tricky. We need more light. But to stick this piece here, okay, hold it. And then we got to do the same thing for the other side. So pop it here, and it's symmetrical on the other side. So what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other side. Okay, I want to make sure this is nice and tight right here, because this actually pops out if you don't. Okay, so now we're going to get these screws. So can you get these bolts, Matthew?
Bolt.
See how it's threaded from the top to the bottom? Can you get that, please? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Are they threaded both from the top and the bottom? Are they threaded? See, this one's threaded from the top to the bottom. So we need two. Okay. All right, so this takes a Phillips screwdriver. So now we need a Phillips screwdriver. So can you get one of those Phillips screwdriver and see which one fits? Which one's a nice tight fit? Now, okay. So now we're going to get this screwdriver. Let's see, bring me that lantern right there, Matthew, please.
Sure.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Maybe that'll help you guys a little bit. Okay. So now, there's this hole that's right here. Okay, there's that female part. We're going to get this screw, and we're going to put it through here. Okay? So it's supposed to come out through here. It's supposed to come out through right there. Okay, so hold it here. Okay. Hold it here. Okay, so let's see if this works. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we want to make sure this is a line.
Okay.
Do you see the screw coming out to the other side? Let's see, let me put the lantern over here. Is it coming out through the other side?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Okay, this one is not a good fit. Because this one's not a good fit. Why? Because look, we're getting some shavings of the screw onto the screwdriver, and that's not good because we're threading the screw. So we need to get a bigger size. Okay, so here's a bigger size. So let's try that. Okay, this feels like more like a tight fit. Hold it right there. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely some shaving, part of the paint missing. Okay, so hold it here. Okay. All right, so now we should be seeing, yeah, there we go. That's a better fit. Now it's not so wobbly and loose. So now we should be seeing the screw come out. Do you see it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you want to tighten it, but not too tight. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other, okay?
Okay.
So now we're going to find that female part. We're going to find that hole again. Here's the male part, the screw, and we're going to stick that in there, okay? All right. So we want to make sure that it's going to come out through this side right here. So you go ahead.
Yay.
All right. So what do we say? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. That's right. So go ahead and put that in there. Make sure it's a nice tight fit. All right, start turning. And hopefully we start seeing the screw come out over here. Is it coming out? Is it tightening? Keep going. Well, it's getting smaller. No, it's not going. It's not going through. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, hold on. Hold the camera.
Okay.
Hold the camera. Okay, so it's not going through. Hold the camera. Alright, so let's try and wiggle this around. See where we're at. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we can start it out with that with your hand. I can feel it tightening. So go ahead and finish tightening the rest, Matthew. Remember, which way do you turn to make it tight?
Right.
That's right. Okay, keep going. Okay, see, now I see it coming through the other side. Keep going. Doing good.
Halfway there.
There we go. Now it's coming through on the other side. Okay. How are you doing?
Good.
It looks like it's flush. Okay. So it looks like it's flush with the top. So let's see. Okay. See, we're getting too many shavings. See, we're getting too much of the shavings of the metal. Okay, so then that means it's getting threaded. All right, we don't want that. So hold the camera. You want to push in and turn. Okay?
Okay.
There you go. That's it. It's done. When we start getting these shavings, that's not good because we're threading the top. We don't want that because then it's going to be hard to remove. Okay, good. Good job. Okay, next step. Okay, over there on the other side. So we got that, right? All right. Okay.
We have the first step
Okay,
done.
so we have number 5 done. We have this one done. So go ahead and put the Phillips screwdrivers back in place so we know where to get those again. Okay, next step is we're getting the big wheels. So can you grab the 2 big wheels, please, or 1? Okay, thank you. And then you're going to get the axle. Do you see the axle? Yep, that's the axle. Okay.
One heavy.
So now we're going to get a hammer. Get the hammer.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a hammer, and then it looks like we need one of these red little caps right here. See, it's got a little spiral. It's got a little spiral top.
Ew.
Okay, there we go. See, it's got the little spiral circles there. Okay, so now it says, okay, hold this.
Okay.
So now it says we need to get the axle, get the wheel, and then we're gonna get this one. All right, so now let's try
Hammering.
Okay, so for the axle, there's 2, you gotta watch out. See, there's this part right here that looks like it's a little bit, like a little rivet here, a little tab. And this side, there's no tab. Okay, so it wants us to, see in the paper, it shows the rivets on this side. And there's no rivet here. So they want the rivet on the same side as the wheel. Okay, so hold this, Matthew. Hold this like that. Here's the rivet. You can see the little tab. We're going to get the wheel. We're going to put that black part. Let's make sure there's no right and left on these things. I don't see any right or left, so that's good. We're going to put that on top. Watch your fingers. Okay, now we're going to get the red tab.
And hammer.
We're going to put that right here on top. Now, it says it wants us to hammer it. It wants us to hit it. Remember this over here? This came with the box.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want to hammer this onto the floor. We have wood flooring, so that wouldn't be good. So we're just going to reuse this. We're going to put this on top so that way it doesn't leave holes. And I'm going to hold it, and Matthew's going to hammer it. So let's use the other hammer, the wooden handle one. And we're going to use the side, because that one has a bigger head. Okay? So what side do you think we're going to use for the hammer? That's right. So try not to hammer my fingers. Go ahead, don't be afraid. Harder. There you go. Try and even it out. Does that look even? Okay. Nope. Try it again. Hammer a little harder in the center. Okay?
Okay.
No, don't play. These aren't playing tools. Oh, you need to hit harder. There you go. Okay. All right. Here. Hold the camera.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Hold it. Okay. There we go. Got a little bit of play. Looks like there's a little bit of play. Maybe there's supposed to be some play. I'm not sure. My dad was a carpenter, so kind of have some hints as to how to hammer. So it's not coming off. I don't feel it coming off. It does spin. There is some play to it. I'm kind of wondering if maybe we should have put some washers there or some kind of spacer there so there isn't any play. So tell me your recommendations for that. I don't like play. I like things nice and sturdy, but that's what it is. Maybe in hindsight you could put some kind of spacer there. But anyway, for the purposes of the video and following directions, we'll just do so. Okay, real quick. I'll probably have to save this for the next video. It's already been 20 minutes. we'll have to do a part 2, and we'll go ahead and install this